Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. So with the mojo ticking over nicely, I decided to grab another kit from the loft, and it's another Matchbox kit, the Messerschmitt 262. I don't know what the PK number is off the top of my head for this one. As you can tell, I am picking kits that aren't too onerous at all, just a lot of fun to put together and paint. Obviously I had this kit when I was a kid. I thought the Messerschmitt 262 was a really great looking aircraft. Always reminds me of a shark for some reason. So I'm going to keep this as one video. I'll just show you the contents of the box. So here's the first sprue, where we've got the engine nacelles and the two halves of the fuselage, the pilot seat and the engine intakes and exhaust. And then we have this one which has got the wings, the undercarriage, and it's also got a bomb. Well, it's got two bombs. Apparently, I don't know who basically said that it needed to carry bombs as well. I don't know if it was Hitler or Hermann Goering. But of course, it was supposed to be a fighter, and so it didn't really make sense for it to have bombs, but it did. So that's that. Here's the instructions. I shan't show you the inside, but we can see there that this kit is PK-21. So yeah. So you can do this kit in two iterations. You can do it as the Fighter Unit Commando Norway. What's that say? ACMA, October 1944, or the second Staffel Kampfgeschwader 51 Edelweiss. I will probably do the bottom one, to be honest. I don't like the band that goes around the fuselage, the yellow band, so if I can do without that, then I'd much prefer to as I say, do the bottom one, which doesn't have it. So there you go, there's the introduction to this particular project. As I say, I'm going to keep it as one video, so I am going to crack on and I will catch you in a bit with a bit of progress. Okay, so progress has been made. As you can see, the plane is basically built. We've just got to throw the undercarriage on and the canopy. I bet you didn't know that the Messerschmitt 262 came with cocktail sticks for the undercarriage legs. Basically, I'm just testing to make sure there's enough nose weight in the front there. Because this is a tail seat, Matchbox actually indicate that you need to put weight in the front. All I did was I added some blue tack. I don't know what it's called in the States. You put posters up with it on your walls. So I just put a load of that in the front, and it looks like that's sufficient for it to sit nicely. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to primer this one, I think, with a bit of grey paint, and then I'll start the paint work. So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so a bit more progress on the 262. As you can see, I've started painting it. In fact, to a certain extent, the painting has almost been completed. I've got to do the canopy. I've tried to do the mottling down the side of the fuselage and the engine nacelles, not particularly well, but really it is what it is. The light green that I used was very bright, much too bright, so I used the trick of putting a dark wash over the plane and then wiping it off, and it, as I've mentioned before, it tints the paint to a darker colour. Now it looks very bright still on the camera. It's not quite like that. In real life it is still quite a bright green, but as I say, not as bright as you guys can see it at the moment. What I think I will do is give it a coat of varnish. I shall spray probably Games Workshop's, I can't remember what it's called now. It's like a satin varnish. I think I'll spray that on from a rattle can. Now that will take away some of the streaking. I think it kind of dissipates it a bit. We shall see on the probably on the next update, and of course that will be the one where I will have completed the kit. So I'll catch you in a bit. So here it is, guys. I hate putting things on the turntable because it is a real pain when you're having to edit the video. Really pleased how this has turned out, to be honest. As you can see, the undercarriage is nice and solid, and she's not a tail sitter, which is what we were aiming for. Decals behaved themselves quite well. After I'd put the satin varnish on from Games Workshop, put the decals on, and then I gave it a coat of matte varnish from Colour Forge, and as I say, they look quite good. There was one decal which was a small X, like you see the red X there. It was like that, but about, I don't know, a quarter the size, and I just could not work out where that was supposed to go, so it didn't get put on. Of course, as you notice, there are no swastikas on the tail. I could order some, I suppose, from somewhere, some 1/72 swastikas, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really detract from the kit. So I've got another Matchbox aircraft on my shelf, or will soon be on my shelf, so I'm well chuffed. Nothing really to mention about this build. There was one location, I don't know whether you noticed, where I had to use some evergreen styrene to plug a gap. Obviously, as a kid, I would have just left the gap and built the, continued to paint or continue to build the plane. But as it's something that you learn you can do, you just add a bit so so you can fill those gaps in. If anybody knows any YouTuber that's done the mottled effect with a hairy stick, I'd really like to watch that, because I have got another aircraft to do for somebody, and one of the things that's putting me off doing it is there is a lot of mottling on it. Another German aircraft, so you know, if you do know somebody who has done that and it's turned out well, then you know, please do let me know. Right, I shall leave it at that. Thanks ever so much for watching, I do appreciate it. Thank you to the new subscribers who've joined the channel, I hope you like the content, and to the old hands who comment and support and encourage me still. Thanks ever so much, guys. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you soon.